Anyways, welcome once again to Smart Agro Innovation, your channel that teaches and preach agriculture in a much more practical way. In fact, over the years, we have been helpful to most of our subscribers and then viewers because we try to bring agriculture to your home. That is where we go to the classroom, teach for you to get a gist or a full understanding of what we are trying to put across. Today, we are going to talk about how to set up a simple or a much more commercial plantain sucker multiplication field from the beginning to the end where the sucker is ready, so all the practical things right from land inspection, land acquisition, all the factors, nearness to permanent source of water, everything. We have a full coverage. Wait and watch us. You will see, or you have the opportunity to learn right from the beginning where the land is bushy to the end where our suckers will be ready for the field. Therefore, let's move, go, take our time and watch what is on ground. So without wasting much time, let us go and watch when our 2-acre land was ready for clearance. After that, then we continue.
Yeah, so this could be the proposed site for the pre-nursery. You can see the land is already cleared. There's also other lands. Here could be the right place for the pre-nursery. Yeah. Here was an area or a site for cocoa nursery, and now they have relocated to a different place, so we can use this area for the project.
So to get a land for plantain sucker multiplication nursery, then what the first factor to consider is to look at the topography of the land. On a simple commercial plantain sucker multiplication field, if you want to consider the topography, the land shouldn't be all that hilly or mountainous. No, it should be a little bit flat land or simply a simple slope. Yeah, without necessarily doing it on a hilly area. If not, making of beds and even the effect of erosion will also be another factor that may affect our production. So therefore, you look at a much more flat land or a simple slope land that can help the land. So this is how our land is. And now we look at the nearness to availability of water. The land that you want to use for the plantain sucker multiplication project, it should be close to a permanent source of water so that you can get water for your irrigation works. So our land that we've gone to watch is a simple land that contains all the necessary things, that may be needed for our sucker multiplication.
Now let's look at the source of water. The resource of water is of which we can rely on it. this is a permanent source of water. I think the place is a little bit mushy, so that is it. It's a permanent source of water, very big, so we can depend on this for the whole project. You know, we can get people, we clear the place, then we dig through so that it supports the whole project till the time we finish. We have vast land here which can hold the whole project, so this can be a source of water. Here digging is not a problem. Once you dig, you'll get a lot of them. Yeah, so basically I think this is what I have. Thank you. So the land is almost 2 acres. Half of it is being cleared. Yeah, after clearing I realized it's almost 2 acres. So half of it is being cleared. This is the remaining half, soon to be cleared too.
Now, after looking at the nature of the land and then the availability of water, then we also try as much as possible to start making our beds. Let's go and watch how the lining and pegging was being done before we proceed. I believe you have been able to see how our lining and pegging is done. It's simple and straightforward. So we are proceeding. Now it's time for bed making. How do we make our beds for our sucker multiplication? In a simple way, we try to measure, let's say, 5 foot by 60 long. So the breadth will be 5 foot. You just count your feet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 60 long. Then you leave spaces along. So that is how the beds are also made. Now, after
these are the beds, which is 60 by 5 feet. Yes, 50 feet by 5 feet. So long. Yeah. So far, that's where we have reached. And still counting. So in all, we have about 60 beds created.
made. Now, after making the beds, another thing to do is to take into consideration the sawdust. The sawdust is the growth medium where our plantain sucker seedlings are going to be for some time before they are ready for the field. Therefore, you look at the sawdust. Taking the sawdust into consideration, it should come in the form of a fresh sawdust and then also a decomposed sawdust, as we've mentioned earlier in some of our videos. So you mix them out and then you try lay them on the surface of the beds that has been made already. After making your beds, then we focus on the peeling or how to get our suckers from the field. Let's go and watch how collection of the sawdust and then all those things also came into consideration. So we are going straight away into the forest for our suckers. This is how the suckers were picked from the farm areas. After picking the suckers from the field, we take it to the site where we do our multiplication. So this is how the multiplication is also done. In most of our videos, we've taken our time to give you a step-by-step procedure involved. But for the purpose of this video, we are not going to show you the detail of that because it is already available on Smart Agro Innovation channel. So now after peeling, we try to do laying. We lay the cartons on the surface of the sawdust. After that, then we cover. After watching the covering of the sawdust, the next thing to do
60 bed created, but these are the ones filled with the sawdust. Yes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have about 60 now. We've created 60, but currently we have 8 filled with the sawdust. We're still looking for more sawdust to add up more. So this can contain all the 1,000. They are still getting the beds down. So far this is the massive work we have been able to do so far. Yeah, so these are
sawdust. The next thing to do is to water. That is watering. When water is being on the sawdust containing the cartons, we do the watering on 3 days interval. This is a simple open field multiplication which does not involve much and enough capital to start. After getting all these things down, from 21 to 30 days, you see that our cartons start sprouting. Let's watch how the cartons got sprouted during the 21 to 30 days. Now, this is how the process continues. After watching all those things, let's move on how they were managed when it comes to weeding, separation onto different fields and all those things. Let's look at their survival rate after it has been transferred to a different bed after separation. We do separation because some of the cuttings sometimes gives us multiple sprouting. When that happens, then you need to separate it from the mother cutting so that it can grow independently on its own. So this is how the process continued. After all these things, the seedlings will be left and controlled by weeding, application of water for the period of 4 to 5 months where they are ready. On a 2-acre land, this is how it was ready for transplanting. We got it and then we transported it to the permanent place where they will continue to grow and give us fruit bunches. Without wasting much of your precious time, then this is how plantain sucker multiplication is done on a 2-acre land. Please, you can leave your comments and questions inside.
Okay. That's the immediate. I want good results. Let me take my last video. Hey, you're so pure. Wow.
I want to look at it.